Angel Reese has her podcast, Unapologetically Angel. And on her podcast, she had a guest, Kayla Nicole, who is the ex-girlfriend of Travis Kelce, which would equate to the largest fan base perhaps in the history of the universe. The old post is being resurfaced and boosted as Caitlin Clark fans and Taylor Swift fans start to become one.
I would be lying if I said that that level of hate and just like online chaos doesn't impact me.
It's possible that Angel Reese just made the biggest mistake of her career, and it was unrelated to what transpired on the court. Millions of Swifties targeted her after an attempt to incite controversy on her podcast failed badly. What had begun as a straightforward WNBA rivalry abruptly turned into a major pop cultural conflict. How did it become so out of control? You might not anticipate the cause.
Because the Swifties, there are a lot of them, and they're in mass. So Reese is ready. She's hunkered down. She's ready to take on whatever comes with Taylor Swift's fans. Where Angel Reese can do a podcast that gets this much attention, that then brings the attention to Caitlin Clark, who already had the most attention from the fan base of the person outside of sports who gets the most. And, Angel can handle herself in that space, I guess, a little bit. And she posts this, Peyton Pays Too, about it. And she's ready for the...
I would want to request a small favor before we proceed. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you like this content. It is quite beneficial. I'm grateful. Let's return to the video now.
Her nails to get ready to rock and roll with the Swifties. Angel ain't afraid of the Swifties. Respect to Angel for that. Without it being spun into something crazy, Angel Reese has her on the podcast. She talks about Travis Kelce, and the Swifties are unleashed. And they first...
So there's respect. We've seen each other in public spaces, but I think that we're both aware of the nature of his new situation, that there's just no room really for us to communicate or acknowledge each other publicly without it being spun into...
Now let's listen to Reese's Unapologetically Angel podcast. On paper, it seemed like a clever strategy to get attention when she brought on Travis Kelce's ex, Kayla Nicole, but it backfired. Reese couldn't resist reintroducing Caitlin Clark to the discussion. At that point, things truly took a turn for the worst, leading to a reaction from Taylor Swift followers. Even more bizarre is the fact that Reese has already attempted to incite controversy for buzz.
This one that says, more Swifties are joining Caitlin FC by the second. Oh, it's so over for the league. That from 444 Hater. I hope they're not talking about the Jay-Z album, because I love that album. Swifties becoming Caitlin Clark stans is such a W. Not for old school WNBA. And Taylor Swift can do anything. She endorses the Vice President Harris, and then it's on the news immediately, right? Like every news outlet. She's got that gravitas, that
Do you recall the NCAA championship finger-pointing incident? Yes, she is back at it. However, this time, her attempt to take center stage was a complete failure. It caused something that nobody anticipated in this rivalry. Reese had no idea how the balance was going to change. She unintentionally picked a conflict with millions of people, even though she believed she was merely making fun of Caitlin Clark. Because women's basketball and the world's biggest pop artist combined to create a rivalry that is sure to blow the internet away. Have you ever been browsing through your feed and seen that everyone is talking about the same thing? That's precisely what transpired following the release of Angel Reese's podcast. It wasn't only basketball fans going crazy. A completely different force entered the dialogue. Taylor Swift's enormous following. Suddenly, the Swifties transformed a WNBA plot into a massive pop culture explosion.
I mean, that's a problem for any other fan base in any fan debate. I don't know if they're actually sticking around or they're just making a show of it online. And Caitlin Clark is the same way. In fact, Colin Cowherd has referred to Caitlin Clark as Taylor Swift in tennis shoes. So if you do have a bunch of Swifties who all of a sudden became Caitlin Clark fans, I really didn't get myself the point of the booking, but maybe there was an audience for it. Obviously, it got to the Taylor Swift fan base, so I'm sure the views. Meanwhile, there's the Angel end of it, and she's caught some blowback for the podcast itself. It's just a podcast. She's just 22.
They seemed to be waiting for a reason to enter the world of athletics. Reese then gave it to them on a silver fans erupt across social media platter. When she woke up the following day, millions of Swifties were directly attacking her, contrary to what she had anticipated when she ended the show. What a surprising turn of events. Furthermore, these fans weren't merely tweeting. They were essentially turning the internet into one massive Caitlin Clark fan club by bringing up old postings and overwhelming timelines with memes. It seemed as though they all suddenly came to the conclusion that Clark was their new favorite person.
Of Caitlin Clark fans fighting with Angel Reese fans and debates of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, I'm just talking about the good fun of it, is going to absolutely hate the idea of the Swifties also coming into the discourse and saying whatever it is. That side of WNBA, Twitter and social media and media who doesn't like Caitlin Clark being talked about.
Reese immediately rose to the top of the public adversary rankings. It was nicely summed up by one Swiftie. "You will suffer the repercussions if you mistreat Taylor or anyone in her vicinity." Reese undoubtedly sensed them. The initial basketball battle was reduced to a light-hearted game of horse due to the intense backlash. This is where things start to become very interesting, though. The Swifties openly claimed Caitlin Clark in addition to defending her. Sports journalist Kayla Nicole, who intermittently dated Travis Kelce from 2017 to 2022, talked about the harassment she experienced during Kelce's well-known relationship with Taylor Swift on the October 10th episode of Unapologetically Angel. She told Angel Reese that even though they ended things amicably, Swift followers are still making fun of her. All of a sudden, lovers of pop music began analyzing assist and three-point statistics. It resembled the most unexpected collision of two quite distinct worlds. Tweets such as "Swifties becoming Caitlin Clark fans is such a win" were circulating. To be honest, they weren't incorrect. This unexpected partnership may be building one of the largest and most varied fan communities in sports history. You can't ignore the force that results from combining the fury of basketball fans with Swifties' raw might. Let's just say that Reese's plan didn't work out the way she had hoped. She watched Caitlin Clark's star soar even higher rather than securing additional attention for herself. Some admirers even made the joke that Reese's desperation to be relevant was the only thing that the podcast episode demonstrated. Oh no. There is no doubt that this whole media and analyst reactions issue is changing the rules about sports rivalries.
I am worthless and I'll never be a talented person and I have no career and I'm a bum and I just...
Because of who he started to date, the negativity, the negativity from her fan club or her fans have affected you?
Chaos, does it impact me? It does.
Yeah.
Even to this day.
Yeah. So you still experience it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You could go to my most recent post and it will be people debating.
What takes place on the court is no longer the only thing that matters. It now comes down to who can assemble the largest online army. Additionally, Clark currently enjoys the support of an entire Swiftie-powered fan base. What began as a straightforward podcast has grown into a major crossover event. Basketball statistics are being examined by Swifties. Everyone in between is taking sides as sports fans analyze Taylor Swift songs. We're just in the first quarter of what feels like the ultimate pop culture Super Bowl. Despite all of this commotion on the internet, Caitlin Clark has been subtly altering the course of events. This goes beyond the hoopla on social media. Everyone, including Angel Reese, is in awe of Clark's secret weapon. Her fame isn't the only factor. It's the way she's permanently changing women's basketball.
Reason for that, if you left with Grace. I don't feel like there was
nothing to do with me. I don't know. I think that there's something about that level of fame that attracts.
However, Kayla claims she's accepted Taylor and Travis's well-publicized relationship after more than a year.
So you still have to kind of talk about him. I saw your little Monday night thing.
Yeah, yesterday. That was a thing too. Which is it? And I
feel like you're professional though. Like you keep it professional,
absolutely.
But they're gonna blow it up.
Absolutely.
Women's basketball regulations are being rewritten by Clark and Reese. With Swifties, trolls, and fans influencing the story, what began as a straightforward audio drama blossomed into a major cultural phenomenon. Clark quietly dominated the court, gaining recognition and expanding her following base while Reese was subjected to hostility and backlash. Final verdict, is Angel Reese done? Both rookies are leading contenders for Rookie of the Year, demonstrating that today's rivalries are about more than simply this. Statistics. They combine social media, celebrity culture, and natural talent, making the court a stage where every move counts.